I got the idea for the concept and business idea for Chicken and Blues because at the time I was in the nightclub business and I was looking for a way out of it. And I'd had a long history in my family of being in hospitality, restaurants and what have you, in London and down in Bournemouth. And I was looking for the kind of concept that I thought Bournemouth needed, but didn't currently have. And one of my managers from Jimmy's Club, in fact, from back in the day, had since gone to London and was operations manager for Patty and Bun, a very successful burger restaurant chain. And he said, look, come up to London and check out some of these new concepts, these kind of single serve, simple food concepts, which Bournemouth doesn't have currently. Utilise your marketing knowledge of the area and get into something completely different. So I went up there, checked out loads of different concepts, was about to open a burger concept, decided not to, and settled on barbecue chicken. Advertising and marketing the company from its inception was quite an easy thing for us to do because we already had a huge database through the nightclubs and restaurants and events that we'd already done over the years. And our database was at that time probably around 40,000 people that either bought tickets or dined with us, come to our events over the course of 10 or 12 years in Bournemouth. So in order to advertise Chicken and Blues, it was as simple as pushing a button on the computer through social media, emails, word of mouth, and the initial traction was not hard to achieve. Obviously, if you're good at marketing, initial traction shouldn't be hard to achieve. It's the retention that's the important thing. So then it was really down to the quality of the product. We had a look at the competition. We still do look at the competition every day. We have kind of like a war room in our office where we place up all our competitors' menus, all our competitors' pricing, all our competitors' promotions, and we take it very seriously. But we don't spend too much time considering our competition. As far as we're concerned, we know the quality of our own product. We know where we want to be as a business. So really, we compare ourselves to where we want to be and how good we want to be, as opposed to using too many comparables of businesses that really we don't want to be compared to. I would say that 90% of our initial marketing was through social media. We already had great traction on social media, both the individuals that were involved in Chicken and Blues when it first launched and also our businesses itself. So yeah, I mean, social media was very important to us. We've developed now around about 16,000 fans across our pages for the restaurants, which for a chicken shop is quite impressive, I think, especially considering the population of the area. You know, when we first started Chicken and Blues, social media was relatively free to gain traction. It's since become relatively expensive. No cheaper, in fact, than when we used to do print runs back in the day, posters and flyers and distribution, that sort of thing. We're now just distributing content online. And to do it properly and effectively, you know, we associate a large monetary investment monthly to social media across Facebook, Instagram, and email as well as a collaborative kind of online digital push. But we've become quite adept at knowing what works and what doesn't work. So budgeting's become a little bit more accurate. But we still try new things all the time. You know, lose money here and there on campaigns, but it's all part of learning what works and what doesn't work online these days. I think we always consider the risks of what the businesses may face before we launch them, Chicken and Blues and others. But at the end of the day, what's the worst that can happen? You lose a bit of money, you take a bit of an ego battering, you might lose a few nights sleep, but it's not life or death. And I've always had the attitude that if you believe you have an idea that can work, don't sit around and talk about it, get out there and do it. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, so be it.